Hi everyone, it's Roka and you're watching another Supernatural review, and this is season 5 episode 2. Good God, y'all. If you're new here, I recap and review every single episode of Supernatural, so let's get into it. Also, apologies, like I literally have a scratch on my face that looks kind of weird. So there's a few episodes in season 5 that are very similar, that I get confused, and this is one of them. And I thought it was only 2 episodes, but it's actually like 3 episodes that are kind of similar that I get confused. But we'll get all into that a little bit later. I want to kind of start at the beginning, because it kind of picks up where the last episode like starts off. So like the beginning feels a little bit serialized, which is kind of weird to say, and the episode itself is episodic, but it kind of like picks up where the last episode left off. And it is something where, you know, Cass comes, they have to call, it's calls now because of what he did, whatever, and it's something where it's like, why didn't he heal Bobby? And so one writer must have been like, you know, in the writing room, be like, hey, like, why can't he heal Bobby? And they were like, oh wow, like, yeah, why can't he just heal Bobby? Like, we have this thing where Bobby legs doesn't work for this season, at least. I think it actually might be only 1 season, or maybe 2, I don't know. I feel like it's only 1 because of what happens in season 6. I don't know. But anyway, so they were like, we have to make it where like Cass has some powers and Cass doesn't have other powers, which I think is so dumb. That is so dumb and like doesn't make any sense, because it's like, it would make, I would understand it more if he like literally has like no powers. Like I would get it more, but just to like all or nothing. But it's just like weird that it's like some, and like this is something he can do. Like it just, but he can teleport. Like anyway, we see some hunters we haven't seen for a while. We see Ellen, we see Joe, we see Rufus, which is really great to see. And this episode was episodic. It had this thing, which, you know, I totally forgot this was like a plot, like the whole, like, you know, the one side sees the other side is demons and the other side sees the other side is demons. I don't know what I just said, but if you watch the episode, you know what I'm saying. Totally forgot this was a plot point, and it's like that's why when I was watching it, I was like, what's happening? Because I like totally forgot, because there's so many episodes that are like, so I was like trying to also figure out which one this is. And like, you know, one of the episodes that feels a little bit like this one is the one where Ellen and Joe. So I was like, okay, but it's not this episode, because I was like, I know it's like the 10th episode. Like I remember that it was the 10th episode, unless I'm wrong and it's like the 8th episode or something. I don't remember. But anyway, I think it's actually like an interesting idea. And it's something where it's like, I'm kind of anti, like, you know, I've talked about in the past, like, I'm not too fond of the demon episode. So at first I was like, oh, this is a demon episode, but it wasn't a demon episode. It's actually kind of like a good idea that the writers had, was like, what if we make it like one side's seeing the other idea, like the other, you know, whatever. And a part of me thinks like they didn't come up with that first. I think they came up with like, we want the 4 horsemen. Like they're trying to think of like more things to bring it in, because they can't have it be right away it's Lucifer. So they're trying to think of like other things to bring it in. And like everyone has heard of the 4 horsemen, I think, of the apocalypse. And so it's supposed to be this thing about the apocalypse. And so they had this idea of the war. And so I think it's actually kind of cool that they came up with this idea in this way. So I like that aspect of it. But then there's also like this whole B plot of like Sam and Dean fighting, because Dean or Sam might have these urges to drink demon blood again, even though in the end it wasn't demon blood, it was human blood. So it just like that part, like I understand what it was kind of needed, but it just kind of also felt like it was a little bit on the nose. So in the end, because of that, like they went their separate ways, which is something I forgot about, is that they go their separate ways, which is kind of crazy, because Croatoan, which is in 2 episodes, is like one of my favorite episodes. Like, wait, no, is it not called Croatoan? Oh my god, the one from season 2 is called Croatoan. I'm so sorry, guys. It's called The End. It's one of my favorite episodes, if not my favorite episode of Supernatural, and I messed up the name. But it's about Croatoan, so that's where my mind went. But yeah, so they're kind of separated in that, and I kind of also forget that part sometimes, but like they're separated. And it's something where I think they wanted them to go their own way for a while. Like I think they're still trying to like be like, it's beginning of season, we want to change things up. And they've been together, you know, for such a long time. Like there's a few episodes here and there where they're separated. And I think, you know, they didn't want just one episode where they're separated. I think they wanted to try a few different things. So I'm actually forgetting how many episodes they are separated. I think it's more than 2, unless I'm wrong. I don't I can't remember, but in order for them to separate, they need them to, you know, have this fight kind of thing. And that's why it felt kind of like pushed in this episode. But I think this is where they wanted to go and they just want to explore something new. So I understand. In the end, like, it was actually a good episode. Like, I don't think it's a perfect episode, you know, on the spectrum. It would be closer to the good side, but it's not like up there. And part of me actually is kind of concerned because season 5 has so many good episodes. And the first episode I did put on the worst list. For this episode, I was not going to put on the good or bad list, but a part of me is like, do I have to put on the bad list? Because I'm just a little bit worried that there's not going to be like any bad episodes in season 5. Like, I really don't know. So I'm a little bit scared. Because like really, like, this shouldn't be on the bad list. Like, it was a good episode and it was interesting and had a lot of elements to it. It wasn't perfect, as I mentioned, wasn't perfect, but it was pretty good overall. So I am a little bit worried, but I think I want to keep going because, you know, there's gonna be an episode here and there that I have forgotten about that's gonna be bad, because a season can't be perfect. Like, I thought season 4 was, like, in my mind I was like, oh my, this is so good, but then there was a lot of episodes that like I had problems with and I wasn't happy with. So same thing could happen in season 5. But anyway, I am excited to see more of the season. Better episode, better start, but still not perfect. And I just feel like the better episodes are soon coming. So I'm excited for that. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and bye.